Well, that was a tricky thing to do. I won't be doing that again. I reversed the car up here, this ramp here, a bit steep, not too bad, but then there seemed to be a lot of smoke coming into the inside. So I parked it there. The reason is because it's easier to get the dogs in if we're away from the road, because they do have a habit of trying to go in front of me, which is not so clever. But I thought, we'll give it a try, because it's supposed to be able to do this sort of thing. He didn't like it at all, so the engine had to work pretty hard. So you can only put it in reverse. Then again, if I'd have gone forwards, that may have helped, but then where do I turn around? You know, to turn the car round to get it back in the right direction. Could go over there, I suppose, to turn around. Yeah. Maybe that's something I can do. Oh. Yeah, so go forwards and put over there, reverse over there, forwards back over to here. That might work better, because at least if forwards you can go first, second, third. But certainly first should get out there easily, more easier than reverse, without straining the engine too much. Smoke everywhere. So there you go. In the end, it's there. Alright, it's there. That's cool. It's got hill descent, so that should be okay. I said I could actually drive that all the way up here, you know, to where we want to go anyway, but I'm not going to do that. Come on, you coming? You're coming for walkies now. Walkies time. Come on. Oh, when I was coming out, there was a female vicar going to see Betty, delivering some Christmas treats for her. I think food. A little parcel of food. Nicely done up. Really nicely done up. Yeah, they've made quite an effort on it, and so yeah, nice gesture. That's a kind thing to do. Not really shouting about it either, which is good. Yeah, the heart is there. Certainly the heart is there. So that's nice. They come from a church in the centre of town. She told me the name of it, but I wouldn't have a clue. I can't really answer that for you. So the subject of this one is another Kingdom talk. But this one is about no regrets. Because last night I was talking about make sure you're ready for when it's your time. And so no regrets is a point, because we all have issues. You know, I mean, I did a video the other day about Dad being ill, talking a bit about brother. Well, the reality is, never had a relationship with him. Not really. Did to a certain degree when he was about, well, between 11 and 14. I was about 5 years older. At that point, we had a relationship, but that was that, really. And so never had a relationship with my sister Kelly. Never had a relationship with my brother Paul. Not really. Yeah. So I met them when I was about 19. You know, so we were in contact for about sort of 5 days. Maybe a bit longer, maybe about 2 weeks. But then that was it. That was that. We then all got on with our lives. Well, because of the fact that we weren't brother and sister any more than biological. That was it. So that was cool. Yeah, we met, we said hello, pleased to meet you, all that sort of stuff. But what more can you say, really? And is it worth regretting? No, because in the end, that's the way it was. You know, that is what it was. These things do happen, don't they, really? So, yeah. All you can do, really, is get on with it. That's the thing with life. No point being ashamed of yourself because you've done something or you said something. What you've done and what you've said is past. You know, I was texting a friend, a Christian brother, the other day, and he has the habit of, if you ask him something, anything at all, he will just send you some random sort of scripture. Sometimes he'll send you an answer, and the answer will be basically that the scripture says this. Like the other day I asked him, do you believe that when two or more agree on one thing, the Lord will do that. So he just sent me the scripture that says that. So what use is that? I've asked you a question. You didn't even bother answering the question. So I sort of, next day, because I was going to ask him to pray, agree with me in prayer for my neck to be healed. Yeah, for God to be given the glory on that. But instead, he was mucking around. Doing what he does, which is, let's just send scripture. Look, I mean, to a certain degree, send scripture to those who are not saved. Send scripture, well, even that, don't. Send scripture as God guides you to. And he said that because I basically said to him, I know people that do this. They send scriptures because they're trying to show how incredibly wise they are, that they're super spiritual. I said, but when it comes down to it, they don't live according to scripture. They just use scripture to try and be big-headed, to try and say, look at me. Aren't I wonderful? No, I can send all these things all the time. It means nothing at all. Nothing whatsoever. It doesn't mean a thing. People can do what they want to do. It means nothing at all. And he sent me a message back because I said to him, I said, look, I'm interested in the human that is you. I said, because you can't have fellowship with a robot that's just spewing out scriptures. And he sent a message back saying, I just want something on the Bethel Christian TV that was saying something similar. So I'm sitting here now ashamed of my behaviour. And I'm like, well, don't be ashamed of it. Move on. If you were wrong, then change your behaviour. If you were right, well then tell everyone else you're right. What you were doing was right. Don't then, change your behaviour to suit other people. Has he replied? Nope. But that's cool. That's the point. You can't try and live to try and make up for the things you've done in the past. It doesn't work. You can't undo. Once done, once said, it's done and said. You can't undo it. You can't go back in time. You just can't. It's not like Doctor Who. You can't go back and undo something or do it better. You just can't do that. We don't have the possibility of doing that. So all we can do is learn from our mistakes, move on. I mentioned something again that is relevant to this. Like I've said before in other videos, you may have heard it before. For example, let's say your path is supposed to take you through these trees here, right? But you're living as if you were driving, yeah? But the way you live is that you're looking backwards all the time. So you're basically in reverse all the time, right? Because you're looking backwards, you're reversing. How long before you trip over? How long before you bump into a tree? Look, how long before you trip over or bump into a tree? That's what happens when you live in the past. Don't do it. What happens when you live in a now? Well, if you live in a now, you're looking there. That's where you're looking. You're walking there all the time. Again, if you're looking there, how quickly before you bump into a tree or fall over something? Very quickly indeed. You have to look forward. You have to live as you drive, as a good driver would drive. You live, you learn from the now. You take notice of the now, all around here, that's a now. You learn from the past. What's behind? You learn from that. But you focus primarily on what's ahead. And you go forward. Because that's how we're supposed to live. Taking one step before the other. Going forward. That's what we're taught as children to do. One step in front of the other. There you go. Now you're walking. Right. That's called walking. If that's called walking, why on earth are we walking but with our heads turned backwards? Try walking forwards with your head's turned backwards. Blinking difficult to do, right? And if your path is going to take you through those trees there, you're going to be bumping into things in no time whatsoever. You're going to be full of scrapes and scratches, bumps and bruises. After a while, you're just going to give up on life, right? And there's Mollie with a big sticky. Well, folks, is that the issue is learn from the past, then move on. Your past should not be guiding you. Your past should not be determining what you do in the future. Your past is something you learn from. You learn from so you can hopefully avoid making the same mistakes again. That's the thing. That's what you want to try and do. Not make the same mistakes again, because that's about learning. If you can do that, then you're in a far better position. A far better position in life. We all have things that we regret. We all have things, yeah, I mean, would it have been good if I could have had a relationship with Stuart, my younger brother, or had a relationship with Kelly, or had a relationship with Paul, or still been good friends with Andy Moss? Yeah, all these things are true. All these things are true that maybe they could have been a benefit to me. Maybe. But they could have been the complete opposite as well. I don't know Stuart that well. I don't know Kelly or Paul that well. They could be a complete nightmare to be friends with. Or to be sort of brothers or sisters with. I mean, certainly, quite possibly, Stuart would be, because he was always on his own, basically. He never had brothers or sisters, really, that he needed to sort things out with. So, would he be able to handle that? Would he be able to deal with that in the right way? Don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Don't know. So, in the end, we don't know, do we? What we do know is what we have is what we have. Where we are is where we are. What we've done is what we've done. What we said is what we said. That's all we know. We don't know any more than that, do we? What could have been doesn't matter. What could have been is another life, but a life that we didn't live. Doesn't matter at all. I mean, I've said before, had I been spotted at maybe 11 or 12 by a football coach, maybe I could have been a professional footballer. Maybe. I did have a level of ability at that age. The problem is it never really got worked on, so come on, Mollie. He's all the way over there. Hasn't bothered to come and join us. Come on. This way. Don't leave your family. What are you doing? Hey? Good boy. Go on in. Good boy. Good boy, Smiley Riley. Did you join us? Did you? You joined us? He's a good boy. Did you? There's his mum. Lucy Lou. How you doing, Lucy? I think that's in the ground swell up. You can't pick that one up there. Luce! There you go, Luce. Have that. There you go. Have that sticky. That one wasn't sticking in the ground, babes. You can have that one. There you go, Bubba. Is that good? Nice sticky for Lucy. Mollie, you did have a sticky. You left it now, didn't you? Hey? Luce! Is that a better one, Lucy? There you go, Lucy. That's a better one for Lucy. Slightly bigger, isn't it, babes, eh? Slightly bigger for Lucy. There you go. Don't want that, Riley. No. Might go somewhere else and whack a ball. Because we are in the place where we usually go, or sometimes go to Wacky Ball, so might just do Wacky Ball afterwards. Well, there's a lot of people that way, and there's nothing really to walk that way. I don't really want to go that way, so therefore, yeah, let's have a walk back. Let's see what the situation is. Aye. Go play Wacky Ball. Wacky Ball's good. They all like Wacky Ball. This is a pretty big path here, isn't it? Aye. I think that's where we need to go, over there where those people are. There's people through the woods, we need to go there, I think. Yeah, that's a little hill, that's not the hill we need to go up. No. What you got, Amber? What's Amber got? Amber got a sticky. That was Amber's sticky. Oh, poor Amber! Amber lost his sticky. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby girl. Poor little Amber. Get Amber. Get Amber. Does Amber want it? Amber wants it. Oh, Amber wants it. Amber wants it. Oh, yes, Amber wants it. Amber wants it. Sticky, didn't she, Amber? Right, leave. Get Amber. I thought you wanted it, Amber. You don't want it. Does Mollie want it? I think Mollie wants it. You have it with Mollie. Who wants it then? Mollie wants it. Mollie got sticky. Here you go. Mollie got it. There she is, the beautiful baby with sticky. Good go, Mollie Cardi. No, as I say, I mean, you know, we can all look back, and certainly end of the year, beginning of the new one is a good time to look back and look forward. Absolutely, but only look back over this year. Again, learn from it. Look ahead to maybe what your hopes will be for next year. Certainly COVID-free society will be one that most people will be hoping for, I guess. Understandably speaking, yeah. Oh yeah. So, do that. Look back, but don't look back too far. You don't need to. Learn your lessons. Well, it's like, you know, you go from typical of people in the world, this is. You go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship without really learning anything as to why the previous relationship didn't work. So you keep on repeating the same mistakes. Well, learn. So stop. Be single for a while, learn, then move on. Once you've learned, then move on. Because now you're in a position where you can move, because you've learned something. No! One sec. But it's like somebody's lost a beagle around here. A beagle doggy. Of course, the trouble is, if I try looking with these lot, that's not really going to help. So what I could do is go and get mine in the car and then come back with the owners and see if we can find their doggy, I suppose. Because, I mean, that would be horrendous. I can't imagine how that would be. I mean, I've had that situation with mine. So I'm certain I'm bonfiring that a few years ago, where they all ran. But before Riley, we've got Amber. There's car. But yeah, as I say, it was a fireworks night, and some moron let fireworks off in the field right where mine were. Exactly. Basically, they were where that tree is. That close to us. If I pan out, you'll see Riley in the picture. No, pan out. There you go. That's how close they were to us, and they just let the fireworks off there. Of course, all mine scattered. And Lucy ended up cowering in somebody's garage. Amber ran all the way home. That's over 2 fairly busy roads, certainly one very busy road. And she was waiting by the back door. Mollie stayed with me. Chewie ran towards the other part, but I found him. So I had 3, but not Lucy. So I had to phone the police and report that Lucy had gone missing. And how she had gone missing. And then, of course, I got a phone call with no time at all saying, yeah, she had turned up. Someone had found them basically cowering under their car. because of the fireworks. So yeah, the person who let the fireworks off obviously had gone fairly quickly, because I was not overly chuffed with the person at all. Come here now, here now. Anyway, so yeah, I've had the experience of missing dogs. Certainly with Lucy, I had the experience of Lucy being missing quite often, because when I first got her, she had the habit of running off. Come here, now, in the car. Jump in. Go on, Chew, in you get. Amber, in. Amber, shift, in. Right, lay down. Still smells funky. It does, it still smells a bit funky, that engine. Don't know what's going on with it, but yeah. Don't know. I'll get Mollie in first and then we'll figure it out. Right, you take care, God bless, bye bye.